Hello.
Hello.
We're so excited to be here with you today. I am Janet Raftis, Master Energy Healer, Quantum Creatrix, Divine Feminine Channel. I support people through healings, transmissions, storytelling, and remembering who they are, coming back to themselves and healing wounds and traumas that have kept them feeling fragmented from the essence of who they truly are. I am here with my dear friend, Ina Lukas.
Hello. I'm Ina, and I am a shamanic channel. I support people in going into the deep, hard places, the shadows, and in a very interdimensional way. I support people in dealing with real life stuff, money, love, body, healing, relationships, but from a very deep, broad shamanic perspective. And like Janet, helping people come back into the remembrance of who you really are and all the keys and codes that are inside of you that are being activated at this time.
Yes, and we do that together too.
Yes, we do.
Awesome. But we wanted to come and talk to you. So we love ritual and ceremony, and we love following the wheel of the year and the old traditions, the goddess traditions, the witchy traditions, the juicy energy that has been cultivated over millennia and that has created these rich and amplified fields of potential in which you can activate and amplify your desires, your expressions, your creativity, and so forth and so on. And so we have like a really like a cross-quarter day, Beltane, that is very near and dear to my and Ina's hearts, coming up on May 1st. And so we wanted to talk to you a little bit about what this is all about and why it is such a valuable day to get on board with.
Yes. It's sort of this, a lot of people don't even realize it's happening. They don't really know what it is. And yet it's this juicy portal of absolute magic when it comes to creating your, allowing your desires, tapping into your true desires and bringing them forth, manifesting them in a very actualized way through the potency of the Beltane portal. And so it's on May 1st. So we're in the days leading up to it. So today, Janet and I really wanted to share with you how to maximize the potential of this field right now to really help you launch forward in terms of your abundance and pleasure and what you're creating in life.
Yeah. And I think one of the things that, took me so long to get, I had to go through massive healing to get here, but pleasure and abundance are so linked to one another. And when we can really access and allow that energy of pleasure to awaken within us, when we can be embodied in pleasure, right? And we are talking about sexual pleasure, but it's more than that. It's not just sexual pleasure. It's the ability to be sensual in the sense of the senses, right? Sensual, really feeling the embodied presence of who you are, being able to navigate that energy. And it's not all going to be pleasure, but when we're navigating all of what comes our way, when we are in that essence, we are able to access the energy of pleasure. And abundance is a natural offspring of pleasure. Abundance is something that naturally goes hand in hand with it, because when we're in that place of a place of surrender pleasure is open, it's surrendered, it's vulnerable.
Receptivity.
Receptive. Yes, that's the word. It's open flower, right? And so when you're in that place, you are magnetizing. And we can think about the energy of Venus, because Venus is like super on the radar right now. We're in Taurus season. Venus rules Taurus. Venus is actually in Taurus right now. And that Venusian pleasure, right, is so receptive and so very abundant.
Yes, that's so well said. And so when you think of pleasure and you think of receptivity, it's also in pleasure is an absolute adoration of life. And as Janet said, like all the senses. So there's also so much appreciation, because when you're in pleasure, you're appreciating, oh, this juicy peach tastes so good, like, I can't get enough of these tastes, these feelings, these sensations, right? It's a state of appreciation. It's a state of receptivity. It's a state of aliveness with life. It is life force energy. It is chi. It is prana moving through you in this really sensual, alive, all areas of life way that then is this, like, that is the gateway to abundance. That's the, if you're like, oh my God, this is so good. The universe is like, let's give her more. Let's give her more of what she loves. Let's keep giving her all these things that she's loving and appreciating.
It's like being in the ovulation cycle, right? Yes. Because when you are in that, to bring it down to the P, and all those, beautiful feminine workings, it's when we are in that state of, I love that you said pleasure is adoration. It really is, right? And so when you're in that state, it's, you are ready to be fertilized. So this doesn't have to be sexual. If you're adoring the peach and you're like, this peach is so good, right? You're ready for spirit to fertilize you with more peaches. Like, spirit to bring more peaches into your life, right? Because here's like, whoa, Janet really loves those peaches, right? Let's give her more.
She needs all the peaches. All the peaches. Millions of peaches. That's a song, right? Millions of peaches. Peaches for me. Yeah. So this is the season of millions of peaches. Pick your fruit. If you're not a peach person, whatever it is. Yeah. So as we're coming into May 1st, as we're coming into this Beltane portal, I invite you to use pleasure as a source of magic. As a source of like, okay, what is it that I really want to create in life? What is it that I truly desire? Like, fall in love with it. Own it, take it in, that which you're wanting to create. Like, let it please you. Bring it towards you. Like, this is the time of summoning, of beckoning, of pulling pleasure and abundance towards you for this juicy portal that happens on May 1st. So, I've talked before about shrink wrap repels abundance. So when we shrink, and right now coming, through the pandemic, all of that, so many people are in fear around money. The scarcity is very high right now, scarcity in life in general. And so this is a time where I invite you, if you've really been shut down and, coming out of winter and in a place of, I'm scared and I'm tightening up with things, that state of contraction repels abundance. And so Beltane is like, it's spring and I'm alive and I'm opening up. Like, watch your body language. How are you walking through life? Rolling your shoulders back, feeling more open, dancing in a way that like drops you into your pelvis, that brings you more into that grounded Taurus energy that is about pleasure and earthly material goods and the appreciation of material abundance in all of its forms.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it is that grounded, embodied space that allows you to really activate that pleasure center, right? Because pleasure comes through feeling. You have to be feeling. You can't experience pleasure if you're numb or, dissociated or turned off or, or in. It's like, it's a presence, right? But it's a presence that can be cultivated, right? And something that can be paid attention to and something that can be nurtured and nourished and loved. And it's something that can absolutely be amplified. And so we wanted to share a couple things. One is we have created an amazing oh my God, ritual. It's a Venusian bath ritual. So good. And it's totally free. And we will put the link is connected to our Beltane activation, but the ritual is on the page. It's totally free, and it is a super juicy bath ritual to really put you into the pleasure dome, right? To really put you into that space
that has magic and spell casting and huge intention setting and creation in it. It's so good.
It's so good. Yeah. So I wanted to share that with you. So even, getting really clear, as Ina said earlier, the days leading up to Beltane. So as we get later into this week and into next week, this is a great time to get really clear on what you truly desire, right? Like where you want to put that ovulation, come fertilize me energy. Right? So that by the time we get to Beltane, you're like, come on, honey. And when you enjoy this ritual, then you are really using the ritual in a very conscious, co-creative way to amplify that which you are truly desirous of amplifying, right? And you're in that state of open, receptive pleasure, which is going to really allow it to slide in more easily.
Consummation.
Yes.
Consummation. Mayday Beltane is like the consummation. It is. It's the mating. It's the eros gamos. It's the coming together of masculine and feminine. It's that marriage. It's that hand fasting of masculine and feminine coming together in a very balanced way to have, the launching energy and that awesome, masculine directed energy that's also fully, supporting and encompassed in that beautiful divine feminine energy. So it's a beautiful day of birth and creation and conception and making what is in the in the ethereal, making the non-physical physical. It's a birth point into the world. And that awesome Taurus energy.
Yeah, totally. And this is actually what it's been like historically. This is what Beltane was. It was the Eros Gamos. It was the goddess and her consort coming together, and literally coming together, and the goddess becoming impregnated, and that this has been celebrated for centuries now. And so the field of energy around it is super potent and juicy and activated with the intention of millions and millions and millions of people who have celebrated this over, however many centuries, right? I mean, it is like a super juicy activated field, which makes it really perfect for energy work and activating the F out of whatever you are willing to bring into the world.
Yes. Yes. So on May 1st, Janet and I are doing a channeled Beltane activation, and we are so excited about it. And because it is all about abundance and pleasure and taking all of those desires that you've been churning and bringing to life over this next period before Beltane. And in the activation, we're going to take all of those desires and like really cast magic over them and bring them. It'll be like a point of conception. It'll be a point of birth. It'll be I guess those are two different things, but but it'll be like a bringing it into life, because what you're conceiving now and bringing into the world, you're going to be reaping the harvest of in the fall, right? So this is the seasons, the cycles of the year. So the spring Beltane energy is the planting of the seeds. It's the birthing of the seeds of what you want to be harvesting come Samhain, come the fall harvest season later this year. So we're gonna this channeled activation is gonna be like putting Miracle Grow fertilizer on all of those intentions. It's gonna be magic casting. And last year's Beltane activations was off the charts. It was orgasmic. It was so yummy and delicious, and just abundant and pleasure filled, and just turning you on to the friskiness of life and receptivity and
yeah.
So good.
Season that we're in. I love Stephanie said that she's reading the book Pussy, and all of my posts around pleasure have been so aligned. And I was gonna say, Stephanie, you should see my and Ina's text threads.
Seriously.
Very alive.
Very alive.
that is the energy we're in, and
yeah,
like that book. Yes. It's really good. It is the
playful magic,
playful, and letting your sensual desire, life force energy guide you. It's an intuitive that pleasure
forth. Yeah,
it is that way that as women we experience pleasure is an intuitive gift, right? And so this is, a whole other layer of stuff that's going to come online. But we would just love for you all to join us. I dropped the link in the comments here. That ritual is on the page. So, no matter what, go check that out. I mean, it is just it is such a great way to pamper and nourish yourself in the energy of pleasure on Beltane or any day.
Yes. But when we use the power of these portals, so that's what Janet and I do, is we bring huge groups of people together during these specific cosmic portals, so that, and with ritual, with channeled energy, with spirit coming through, so that it creates a much bigger experience, much bigger impact, a much deeper healing than you can do alone, because we need each other. And when people come together in big groups, that field is so amplified, and we need to be coming together at these times and amplifying that frequency. And boy, do we need to be bringing abundance and pleasure to the earth right now, and activating that for the collective.
Yeah, and remember that pleasure is an act of resistance.
Yes. Oh yeah. Exactly.
Jade is here with us. She has been in the reclamation of pleasure. I love that, Jade. Oh my God, that's so great, and we love you too. So if y'all are in, these activations that Ina and I do together are so powerful. The shifts are so transformative. They're life-changing. And so this one that is especially geared towards pleasure and abundance. I mean, last year, the feedback we got was just unbelievable. It was, crazy delicious.
Yes.
And so we would love for you to join us this year as well, and we thank you all for tuning in, for being here with us. We love you.
Yes. Thank you. Happy pre-Beltane desire, appreciating and cultivating.
Totally. And if you have any questions about any of it, drop them into the comments here. One of us will come, but we'll be looking through and answering them. And we're so excited. Peaches.
I know. Peaches. All right. Love you guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.